So I have been revisiting Smurf the Lost Village for almost a week ago because I just got really bored of stuff about what I'm gonna watch. So I thought, why not Smurf the Lost Village? And throughout watching the entire movie, I realized something. The film has been a lot of plot holes and questions that were never answered throughout the movie. Such as why Forbidden Forest is actually forbidden, and why the male Smurfs and the female Smurfs were separated and don't even know they exist, and why all the characters are really bad. Yeah, that's something I would have discussed about the video. Anyway, hello Stinkies, this is Mixel, and this is something I wanted to bring this up for a topic. I wanted to make the video about the Dogmatic spinoff, but this whole idea popped out of my head, and I think that we need to discuss about this one. You guys ever heard of Smurf the Lost Village, right? It was released on April 7, 2017, and it's made by Sony Animations. This film will be becoming known as the fourth Smurfs movie. Why is it the fourth? People are forgetting that Smurf and the Magic Flute exists. To my opinion, I really do not like that movie at all. It was kind of boring in my opinion. But this isn't about Smurf and the Magic Flute. The film focused on Smurfette, Clumsy, Hefty, and Rainy are all headed to the Forbidden Forest, and they need to find the other Smurfs in the Forbidden Forest to warn them about Gargamel. It was probably known as the biggest secret of the Smurfs' history, which my biggest issue that it doesn't feel like a secret or a mystery. It feels like a somewhat plot device. The characters were writtenly mischaracterized. The settings were pretty good, but it needs to be questioned, and the whole writing is just somewhat plain. Let's start off with something simple. The character roles, characteristics, whatever you want to call it. In this movie, Smurfette is the main character. She's been dealing with a lot of problems at herself as well, a Smurfette. She believes that she is not a real Smurf, which caused her to lead her into insecurity. One of my biggest issues while rewatching the movie is just that her insecurities did not focus that much any of that at all. Her only thing that is focused on the film is just that about her going to find the Smurfs that were in the Forbidden Forest. I feel like that this movie does not have any character development when it comes to a character that has so much struggles. It should have been give her something pretty simple to make a character more real. I say give her some existential crisis, give her some wholesome moments, and of course learn to love herself. She can do whatever she needs to be, whatever she'll do as a Smurf. And that's what it points out at the ending scene from the movie. Rainy, Clumsy, and Hefty are the only Smurfs who are okay to feel like the writing was fine. Gargamel, the main antagonist, it's actually pretty good to know what he'll do when he's trying to get the other Smurfs and the female Smurfs. And I got to admit, he did a pretty good job on his own character in the movie, which I'll give it an A+ on that one. The female Smurfs in the Smurfy Grove are the only new characters in the film, which later becomes now part canon to the Smurf franchise. It should have been better if we get to know them pretty well. And Papa Smurf, on the other hand, got the most mischaracterized in the film in my opinion. I feel like that he doesn't explain about the Forbidden Forest or trying to figure it out, or don't ask any question about why instead of joining them or decided to help them. He just well, you're not able to protect yourselves. You aren't careful enough while you thought about going to Forbidden Forest, and yeah, you're grounded anyways. I know that he is meant to be the wise and kind of the whole character, but I feel that his wise was taken out of the movie. If you know about the Forbidden Forest and you don't want to hear about your Smurfs trying to discuss about the other Smurfs or in the Lost Village, even though that they're trying to explain it to you, how come you don't want to join them to help? I get it, this isn't about Papa Smurf anyways, this is about them. He should have been explaining from the beginning in the first place. Let's focus on the settings right now. There's only 4 settings in the film. We got the Smurf Village, Gargamel's Lair, the Forbidden Forest, and the Smurfy Grove. All of the concepts of the background, the settings, is quite beautiful, but the Forbidden Forest and the Smurfy Grove are the only 2 new settings to this film that They're never explained or why are they there in the first place. I get it because they wanted to add something new to the Smurfs movie, but it feels like they just led us with nothing. But hey, this is a new adaptation for a new type of generation to know what kids know what Smurf is, or people who know Smurfs for so long. It's just I can't. I cannot handle this. This is driving me insane. Let's start off with another one. The writing. Oh boy. The whole writing, the dialogue, everything, it feels so bland.
But, also means it's gonna be cloudy, so chew on that. Then again, there might be a rainbow. But rainbows are dumb. Just kidding. I love rainbows. Ugh.
You're not very good at this, are you?
I feel like that this movie is just like worth of watching for fun, but not as excitement, which I don't mind about watching the film for fun. It doesn't have to be like, oh my god, this whole action is good, the whole adventure is good, the whole fighting is good. What's the deal with that? I really need to get this out of my chest, and this is gonna be the most unpopular opinion when I'm going to say this. Guys, listen to me this. I think the Smurfs live action movie did better with what Smurf the Lost Village would have did. Now hear me out. Let me explain. I also rewatched both live action Smurf movies because I was also bored as what I feel watching Smurf the Lost Village. Now, I know that like people criticize the film for its how boring it was, how that cartoon adaptation to live action movies that takes place in New York was kind of a bit overused, and how the models were weird. No, you think about all these, but what about like the whole characters when they match the personalities to the comics in the franchise? One of the best example is Papa Smurf. The way they captured his personality right is actually a really good job. I like that one. All the other Smurf characters such as Brainy, Vanity, Hefty, Smurfette, and who the hell are even you? So yeah, I do think this is pretty good. I think the live action movies are quite better. I'm sorry, so say whatever you want. I think it's much better when it comes to these.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Oh boy. Plot holes. Let's not forget about that one. Remember what I mentioned about Papa Smurf not able to explain about the Forbidden Forest and why the Forbidden Forest ever exists? That's what I want to know, unless he explained of a simple backstory or something that he heard from an old friend of a warning. If so, why? But who cares? This movie is kind of like one of those like 1 hour and 30 minutes kids film. Another plot hole example as Smurfs existing. Remember in the beginning of the movie where the Smurfs were asked a question about what is a Smurfette? They have no answers about what is a Smurfette. Some stated that there's no information, and some they're just confused about what actually it is. Speaking of female Smurfs, how come that the female Smurfs and the male Smurfs don't not know that each of their own existing? We see the female Smurfs are confused of like seeing the first time they see Hefty, Brainy, and Clumsy. They're asking like a lot of questions. It's not as much, but it's actually something like simple like where's their hair? Why are they dressed up like that? But they never got to ask the questions, like what is the origins of the female Smurfs in Smurfy Grove in the first place? I would love a Smurf history about why are they here and why are male Smurfs are in the Smurf village that depends on the village. It's just that why do they not know about the female Smurfs to begin with? Is this one of the reasons why in the beginning of the movie where the Smurfs don't even know what a female Smurf is besides the other characters from the 80s cartoon? They have their own leaders who are wise and smart enough to understand. How come they don't even understand their existence as well, huh? Huh? Oh, let's not forget about Smurfette's magic! We all know that she was made by Gargamel with all his type of magic by evil. Luckily, Papa Smurf was kind enough to give Smurfette to become a real Smurf and offer them their kind and love. Also, do you guys remember in the ending of the film where Smurfette sacrificed herself and then she reversed back into a clay? When Papa Smurf's trying to find any of the page of the spellbook to find out that how she's gonna get reversed back. And then, Brainy, you son of a that you told Papa Smurf that, there is no other way. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know that because you literally mentioned about that. You don't even know what a Smurfette is by looking at the book and it says that, there's nothing in there. But luckily I am proud of you that you don't need a book to prove it anyways. Am I the only one who realized that Gargamel actually knows what a Smurfette is? That he knows that, but not the other Smurfs? How did he get that to begin with, huh? I know I said again because this whole plot hole angers me. Every plot hole in this movie angers me a lot.
What the dog doing?
And now I want to start off with a conclusion. Why do I think of Smurf the Lost Village? It's good, but I don't actually hate it, or like all hate it. I just think that it should have been like rewrite it better and make it to look really great. I forgot to add something while making this video. They made a new animated series that took place after Smurfs the Lost Village. The show is on Nickelodeon, which is made by Paramount. The reason it's made by Paramount is just Sony Animations lose the rights to the Smurfs, and now Paramount is owning the rights to them. With that, the Smurf girls are now be part of the show, and some other old characters that return from the other old franchise, such as Baby Smurf and Wild Smurf. I was surprised they actually bring back some other old characters. Paramount is now making a new Smurfs movie. It's a musical, and I'm pretty excited, and also worried at the same time about how it would be turned out. This is something I want to share my opinions with, just for fun. I just think it'll be better if what the film would be if it was written better. What do you guys think about the film? Feel free to put your opinions in the comments. I just think I would like to see your comments. I have no idea what I'm gonna do today. That's all for today. Go drink water, take a shower. Bye.